Well, hello there, and welcome to our little town. Now, I know you can't see me, and that's all right, because I'm not what's important now. They are the nice little people who live in our town. Well, come on in and don't be shy. You just log on into your YouTube account and say hello. There you go. Well, hello, Eileen, and hello, Karen, and hello, everybody who's out there. I'm real glad you're here. Now, folks, there are those who say that everybody's life is in the hands of fate, that our stories are already written and we're just playing them out. Now, I don't know if that's the way it works where you come from, but I do know that that's not how it works in our little town. You see, folks, in our little town, all of our lives are lived at the mercy of chance. Why? It's almost like if you were to look up into the sky and looked real hard, all the way through the clouds, you might just see a great big old casino in the sky. Do you see it? I bet you can. And in our little town, everything happens by the purest of luck, the vagaries of coincidence, and the sad misfortune of accident. You see, in our little town, our 6 characters each have a number. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Why, just like on those dice over there. And which of our characters are thrown together in each successive scene in our story? Well, that's not up to them. That's up to chance. You see, folks, as it says right here on the legend, if your number comes up on a single die, well, you're in that next scene. If your number comes up on 2 die, you're out. On 3 die, you're out. On 4 dice, you're back in. Now, if your number comes up on 5 dice, not only are you in the scene, but you are going to become fantastically wealthy by the end of that scene. And if your number comes up on all 6 dice, well, the next time we see your character, they die. But don't worry about that. I mean, it happens very rarely. After all, what are the odds? Now, our little town, like many little towns, has our favorite places, like the library, the park, the diner, and we have some private places too, like, oh gosh, a bedroom, a den, somebody's kitchen. Now, tonight, our story will take place in 6 of those locations, but not the ones that I just mentioned. Oh no, we've already played out lots of stories in those. I'll tell you that some other night. Tonight, our story will take place in 6 other locations, some public and some private. Hey, as long as you're out there, can you guess what they are? Go ahead, just log on into your YouTube account and type your guess into the chat box. Go on, take a guess. A public place in a small town, a private place. I guarantee that 6 of your suggestions will be right. As I'm waiting for some of those suggestions to come in, I'll just mention one night I spent in the barn with, it looks like we are having some suggestions come on in. That's right. Now, number one is the gas station. That's absolutely correct. Number two is the used car lot. Absolutely right. Number three is Beverly's she shed. That's right. Beverly's she shed. Number four, that's the fish pond. Number five, absolutely, the cemetery. And number six, well, that's the orange grove. You people are excellent guessers. Now, why does all of those places have a number? Well, because not only will the people in the scene be decided by the roll of the dice, but so too will the location in which the scene is set. Number one, the gas station. Number two, the used car lot. Number three, Beverly's she shed. Number four, the fish pond. Number five, the cemetery. And number six, the orange grove. And now, folks, it looks like it's time to begin. So sit back and relax and let's take a chance on the roll of the dice. Our first scene, number one is out. Number six is in. Number four is in. Number five is in. Number three is in. And where does the scene take place? Oh, yes, at the gas station.
Miriam, what's wrong?
It's my birthday.
I know.
Well, I just thought by my 20th birthday, I would be out of this place. I did not think I would be working behind a counter, selling Slurpees and candy bars and cigarettes in this nowhere place.
You're lucky to have a job. I mean, I've been trying all summer to get a job. I'm not making any money. I'm never going to get out of this town either, Miriam.
Oh, hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had a bathe weather again.
At least you don't smell like gasoline. I wish you could bathe me.
Oh, now I thought we put all that to rest, Miriam, after we graduated high school.
I didn't mean it like that, Gordon.
Well, look, like you complaining about working at the gas station again?
I don't know why you guys are so gung-ho on working at the gas station. Don't you want to go somewhere? Don't you want to do something with your life?
Miriam, look around you. It's nothing but possibility here. There's alcohol over there. There's chips and dips over there. Shut down the gas station and let's have a party here.
That's a great idea. It's like the whole world is here for us in the gas station, easily distinguishable by what aisle we want to find something in. I mean, look, you're hungry, you need some snacks, you know where everything is. You need a little tool to fix your glasses, you know where everything is. How about some orange-aid? It's in the freezer.
Let's put that nepotism to use, Miriam. This is your dad's gas station, and I mean, I don't think he'll have a problem with having a little party here for his daughter's birthday.
Fine. I know you're all just saying that because you think I'm not going to do it. But you know what, Mel? Do you remember that time in cheerleading practice when we broke into Coach Smithers' beer stash?
I forget.
Well, I have it in me. I can be bad.
Are you kidding,
Well,
Miriam?
let's see it. Let's see it, Miriam. I dare you right now.
She won't do it. Miriam, you're the goodiest pair of two shoes ever.
Watch me. I'm locking the door.
She's gonna do it.
Let's party.
Yeah, if you really want to prove it, go ahead and turn off the pumps from the panel.
Fine. Nobody's getting any gas.
Well, I'm gonna open this can of beer and start drinking it, and you can't stop me, Miriam.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Well, I'm going to take a beer too.
Yeah,
And
here.
since the-
Well, you have a beer
since
too.
the pumps are off, I'm gonna have a beer and a cigarette.
Ooh,
I see that your hands are empty, Miriam.
just for a second. I'm waiting to get a cigarette.
Here.
Thank you.
Hey, as long as we're partying, you want to play Never Did I Ever?
Yes.
Ooh.
How do you play?
Okay. I'll say never have I ever. And if you've done it, you say me. So it's like opposite.
Okay.
Okay. So like if
Okay.
I said, never have I ever kissed Miriam, Gordon, you would say,
I kissed Miriam.
right. Just like that.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Never have I ever fallen back in love with Miriam.
That's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
There's tension here.
What happens next in the game?
Yeah.
I think, Miriam, you're supposed to say something.
Why do you ever ruin everything, Gordon? We said we were going to break up and be free and get on with our lives.
What? I know. No, come on. I was joking.
We're just supposed to have fun.
I'm just having fun. I was being silly. I don't love you. I don't fall back in love with you. I don't dream about you.
Okay, fine.
Gordon.
I don't want to marry you and I don't want to have a baby. I want to get out of here.
You guys are the worst liars.
You called it, Una. They're totally in love. I can tell. Miriam,
Yeah.
whenever you get that little twitch, you're lying.
You mean?
I just think you should go leave and go bathe your baby brother again. Get out.
The door's locked.
Well, unlock it.
Fine. I'm never playing Never Have I Ever again.
Not in my gas station.
That was a lot of fun, you
Miriam.
guys.
Do you really not love Gordon?
Can't love Gordon. I'll be stuck here forever.
Well, what if you took Gordon with you?
Yeah.
He likes it
I mean-
here. He has a little baby brother. He likes his mom. He has no ambition, Mel.
Well, maybe there's something we could do to make it really awful for him, make his mother mean or something. And then
Well, maybe there is, but maybe they won't have the opportunity to put it into play because life in our town is not up to those who plan. Life in our town is up to those who roll the dice. Our next scene will involve characters. Oh, look at that. It's a 6, a 1, and a 3. That means all 3 of those characters are in. 1, 3, and 6. But where does it all take place? Yes, in the cemetery.
It's hard every year to come here and realize that my husband and Gordon's dad is not here. I'm just not sure what I'd do without my wonderful son.
Well, I know it's so awful, Mrs. D, but, well, maybe one thing that can help with grief is to not stay in the place where you were hurt or where the sadness happened. Have you ever thought of maybe moving?
No, never.
Well, think about it. I mean, all these memories that just hurt, and Gordon, we were just talking about how maybe it would be good for you and your mom and your little brother to think about moving to a new town and start fresh without sad memories.
Hey, you don't even belong here right now. I don't think it's right for you to be making those kinds of suggestions that affect me.
I loved your father.
I just asked her to sort of say what I was thinking. It's all right, Mel. I suppose I should speak for myself. Mrs. D, I was just thinking that sometimes we can get so caught up in our grief. If we just stay in the same place, we just fester. And I was thinking maybe your family would be happier if we went to Allentown, the big city, you know.
Allentown is a very, very big rivalry with our town. I could never live there. Why, Mr. D would roll over in his grave in disgust. It just could never be.
What's going on, Miriam? Why are you trying to get us out of this town? This is our home. This is where I was born.
Fine. Okay. I knew it. I just thought I'd give it a try, Gordon. I can't stay here. I'm leaving. All right? I'm leaving. And I thought maybe there was a chance that you would think about leaving too, but I guess I knew all along that wasn't going to be the case. So goodbye. Goodbye, sir.
Wait a minute. Wait. That's what this is about? You want me to be with you? You just don't want to be here?
I would never make you choose between your mother and your brother and me. So no, I don't want you to be with me, but I can't stay here anymore. My father's fired me from the gas station.
Oh.
Well, Ma.
Best thing that ever happened.
Ma, look, I love Miriam. If leaving this place means she'll be with me, then I gotta go.
What?
You mean all the men in my life are just gonna walk away?
You still have a little stinky boy.
What
are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm casting my lot in with yours, Miriam. Look, that second round of Never Did I Ever when I said I didn't love you really, that was the lie. I do love you, Miriam. Ma, you know I've always been in love with Miriam. Mel, you know it too.
I know, since we were in first grade. You've always loved Miriam. And Miriam, you always loved Gordon. Aw, come on, Mrs. D. You must know it too. Don't you want your son to be happy?
Blackmail me on the anniversary of my husband's death. Yes, I know. We tried to keep them apart because they were too young to fall in love. But those two have been googly-eyed at each other since they were 5 years age, trick-or-treating in the neighborhood.
Ma, I can't go without your blessing.
No. There's no right answer except for me to stay.
Miriam?
Don't worry, I'm sure my father will give me my job back if I just apologize and stay late a couple of nights to help clean up.
Miriam,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
you know how I said I wanted to work there? Well, your dad sort of already hired me.
Oh,
I mean, I figured you were going out of town and you would
no,
love
that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure I'll find another job.
No, this is ridiculous. Ma, look at her. I'm 27 years old. It's time that I branched out.
If your father could hear you now, and I just can't. I can't believe that you would abandon me and little Stinky.
Everywhere I go, I break things. That's it. I'm leaving.
No, wait a minute. Don't go.
I don't know what to tell you about your son, honey.
What'd you say?
I don't know what to say about my son. I thought he was here for his family.
But you got to understand. He's 20. It's time. It's time for him to make his own family now, Mrs. D.
Yes, it's time for him to make his own family now. But will he break away or will he not? Who knows, except the roll of the dice. Our next scene will involve characters 6, 5, 2, and 1. 3 is out. Where does the scene take place? Near the fish pond. Characters 1, 2, 5, and 6.
Hi, Jason.
Hello. Mel, you forgot to refill the soda machine, okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll be better next time.
Well, fancy running into all of you here at the fish pond. I planned it this way, to be honest with you. I needed to have a talk regarding my daughter, and I know how close you all are.
Yes, sir.
Well, I haven't had the nerve to tell her yet, but I'm dying.
What?
Dying?
Yes. Well, I mean, the results aren't conclusive just yet, but the prognosis doesn't look good right now, so I might not be around much longer, and I'm going to hand over the entire business to my daughter. Miriam.
You know?
What was that?
Does Miriam know?
No, not yet.
What? Sir, I don't understand. Why would you tell this strange assortment of people?
Well, because Gordon, I know that you and Miriam were close at one point, and Mel, you're a good friend of ours, family friend, and I trust you to help me run the business. And Isabel, we grew up together. So I just needed to get this off my chest. And when I pass away, Miriam's going to be the only one that's going to take over the family business and also support her mother and younger sister.
Oh, Jason.
I'll do everything I can to help, but I think you need to tell her. She has a right to know, especially now.
You're right. I just needed to get her off my chest with some people close in her circle.
We're there for you.
We're here.
I'm just so
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful that Miriam has a supportive group of friends and that she can stay in this town and take on the legacy of the family business. Even though, yes, it's a meager gas station, but it's a gas station that's been passed down, well, since my generation anyway.
Not to be too bold, but I don't think Miriam wants that for her life. In fact, I know it.
Well, do you think I wanted this illness for my life? Things happen, but Miriam has a responsibility, a duty to her family once I'm gone. She's the eldest.
That's not fair. That's not her dream. It's yours.
It's not
That
just about
wasn't
my dream.
Jason's
There's a
dream.
family to support.
That wasn't Jason's dream when his dad died. He took on the family business. He looked after his family and he stayed in this town. He
And
wanted
I'm-
to run away with this.
With who?
I said too much, but I suppose it doesn't matter now.
He wanted to
He
run
wanted to
away
run
with
away.
you, Ma, didn't he? He wanted to run away with you.
Yes, that's
Yes,
what I
that's
was
right, I
going to
did.
say.
All right, but life
Why do you
has.
think we tried to keep you apart for so long? It hurt too much.
Oh my God, is she my sister?
No.
No. But the point is that life sometimes hands us a deck of cards, a roll of dice that we never expected. And we have to play that role.
No, you don't. You can take the cards and throw them and tell Chance to go to hell.
Well, what about my illness, Mel? Should I tell Chance to go to hell with that?
Fight it. Fight it.
I'm doing the best I can.
Fight it. And then do what you have always dreamed of, whatever that may be. This town is suffocating us all.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that fish pond. Look at the beautiful golden fish swimming just beneath the surface. And look what happens when I take this rock and I throw it in the middle. Do you see what's happening? There's causing a splash and the ripples are emanating outward. That's what nature does. It ripples outward. It doesn't stay condensed by the rock. I'm a ripple, mister. And so is your daughter.
What are you trying to say, Gordon? That you're not stable? I don't understand.
I'm saying that I love her and she doesn't want to be here and I'm going to help her get out of here.
Yeah, well, I love your mother and I couldn't have her either. It was too late for my chance and now I might die and the family's on the line and everything's at stake here. I can't believe you kids. Isabel.
Is that what you want, Ma? Do you want the same misery for me and Miriam that you had?
How dare you call your father and you misery? How dare you say that about our family? You just stop that now. You gotta let her look after. Oh my God, Jason. You gotta let her look after. I can't believe you're going to die. You gotta let her look after her family. It's the right thing to do.
You know what? This was a mistake for me to come here.
No, the right thing to do is for everybody to look out for themselves. I've got a life and so does Miriam and so do you, Mel. What are you trying to achieve with your life?
I just want to have a job and have enough money so maybe I can leave too someday.
Well,
I'm
then
just not
leave.
as smart as Miriam.
Take a rock and throw it in the pond for crying out loud and ride a ripple out of here. That's what I'm gonna do.
And how do I ride my... I made a mistake.
Did you understand that?
God. It's the right thing to do, to look after your family.
Is it the right thing to do to look after one's family? And what does it matter, even if it is? Our next scene will involve characters 1, 2, and 3. Character 4 is out. 5 and 6 are out. But where do we find characters 1, 2, and 3? Of course, in Beverly's she shed.
What a strange club here. I only see women everywhere. Miriam, you asked us to meet you here with Isabel. Isabel, good to see you again. I hope you're doing okay since last time I saw you.
Dad, I asked you to meet me here because Beverly She is devoted to empowering women, which is why you've never been here before. But
I want women to be empowered.
Sure you do. Mom brought me here on my 16th birthday. And she said if I ever had any big decisions to make, I should come here to think about them. And I just, Isabel told me what you haven't told me yet. And she thought I should know because it was the right thing to do for me to take care of my family. And I can't believe you weren't going to tell me that, Dad.
I didn't want you to, I didn't know why I didn't tell you. I don't know what to do. But well, I know that you're the one that's going to have to take over the business.
Well, did you think that, Dad, I can't believe that you think that I would just put my own selfish aspirations and dreams and whole life ahead of you if you're in crisis like this.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Actually, I'm really
She's
happy
a good girl.
Of course.
You're a good girl, Miriam.
Mrs. D made it very clear that kind of selfish dream of putting one's hopes and desires ahead of responsibility would just lead to misery. And I just didn't want you to think of me as that kind of person, Dad. So
no, I never, listen, this is not an easy thing for me. But since I'm here and it's about female empowerment, I'm just curious, Miriam, what is your dream?
Well, I came here and I had a special massage and a deprivation tank treatment because I wanted to know if I was all by myself and nobody else mattered, why I really wanted to get out of here so badly. And what I discovered was that I just feel like everybody knows me so well here, and everybody keeps telling me they love me and they like me so much, and I don't even know why. I don't know if I like myself. I don't know what I am, except the daughter of the best entrepreneur in town or the girlfriend of the most creative guy in town with the biggest dreams. I mean, like, I don't know why anybody even likes me or wants me, except as a extension of them.
I don't even know what Isabel. Miriam, Isabel, why don't you tell her how wonderful she is?
You know, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I realize that you have the courage and the self-knowledge that I never had. And my son's right. You should get out of this town.
No.
You should spread your wings. I don't know what I was thinking. I've been living in this box for so many years, and nobody knows the real me. I don't even know the real me. And here you are, so young and so open to ideas and adventures. You should go, Miriam. I'm sorry. How could I not empower you to leave? This is the right. Oh my God.
Isabel, I thought you came here to support. Miriam, you said you'd stay, and if I were to.
Well, there's a special incense here at Beverly She Shed, so it sort of brings out that must be what's doing it to Mrs. D.
Listen, I appreciate and can respect. You're only 20 years old. You have this passion, this drive to go out and see the world. I understand that. And if it wasn't for this darn disease, then I would go.
Dad, stop. You're not listening to me. Neither of you are listening to me. What I discovered in the deprivation tank was I wanted to go somewhere else because I felt like I didn't have anything of my own. I was always seen through other people's eyes. But Dad, if you're giving me the business and you're needing me to run things and to take things over, then that would be something of my own. And if everybody's depending on me, then maybe I can grow and become empowered right here where I am. And I just need to step into taking on more space, because wherever I go, that's where I'm gonna be.
Well, isn't that right? Wherever she goes, that's where she's going to be. But will we see her there? Who knows? Only the merest of chance. Our next scene, character 6 is out. Character 3 is out. And that means character 5 has a monologue all by themselves. Where do we find character 5 for her monologue? Well, of course, in the gas station.
I can't believe I am running the gas station at 20 years old. I am going to be a success. Miriam and Gordon will go off and I will be a success and nothing can ruin it. I don't have to be jealous of Miriam anymore. I don't have to be always second fiddle and the FFF to her. Yeah, I'm going to be a store owner and I'm going to make money and I'm going to eventually get to leave this place. Oh, yes, we're all going to be happy.
Oh, how high in the air can a castle be built? Our next scene involves characters 2, 3, 5, and 4. Character 6 is out. We find character 2, 3, 5, and 4 in the cemetery.
Mel, you really have to. You have to tell Miriam. You've been lying.
Una, that really should be my decision, but since you've brought it up, Miriam, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm in love with Gordon. I wasn't going to tell you because I know we're best pals and everything, and I know you love him, and I wouldn't get in your way because I mean, I've always put you on a pedestal, but
I guess that was an appropriate place to call for this meeting, Mel, at Gordon's father's grave.
Well, it's just that I loved Mr. D and I feel close to him here.
You asked me to bring my terminally ill father to the cemetery so that we could talk about how to support him with what he wants for his funeral, so that you could feel close to Mr. D and have the courage to tell me that you're in love with my boyfriend?
No, I wasn't going to tell you, Una. I wasn't going to tell you now. That's not why I asked you here. It's just, I think of this as a sacred place and I wasn't going to tell you. I didn't want you to know. Okay. But Miriam, now that you're going to be leaving, right? And I run the store.
Leaving?
Yeah.
Why did?
Yeah.
I thought
Miriam, me, we're gonna leave and figure out a plan.
What is this? What is she talking about, Miriam?
Is there something you haven't told me, Miriam?
All right, Dad, I was planning to leave, and then Gordon asked me to stay, and then Mrs. D told me that you were terminally ill, and then I got in the deprivation tank, and I decided I could make it work if I just took over the business. Maybe I could expand my horizons here at home. So
no,
I've decided to stay and take over the business and be here for my father and Gordon and everybody. And it just feels like I'm the linchpin of this town. Maybe I don't have to leave. Maybe I just have to become queen, or not queen, but mayor. Maybe it's just I've been keeping myself small.
Exactly.
And what do you mean, no, Mel?
You need to leave, Miriam. You need to get out of this town.
I have never seen you look at me like that.
Miriam, do you know how hard?
Because you were supporting me.
Supporting you leaving, Miriam, because I know it's your dream, and because I'm never going to be anything in this town as long as you're here.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You want me to leave because you want everything that I've got. You want my job first, and now you want my man and my father's company.
Mel, you're fired.
You are going to be very sorry for this, you two.
No.
If you don't leave, Miriam.
My. So much consternation. After all they both want to be is the queen, the mayor of the town, the head of their own life. Isn't that all anybody wants to be? The mayor of their own town? Let's find out who shall carry our story forward. Character 5 is out. Character 1 is out. And we have a scene between character 2 and character 3. But where do we find them? Yes, of course, at the reflections of the fish pond.
Miriam, what a beautiful day. I knew walking by this fish pond. Remember, I used to take you by this pond when you were a little kid? We used to skip stones and throw bread for the pigeons.
Of course I do, Dad. I was so happy then. I was so clear-eyed. I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted that duck right there to come and eat my bread.
That's right. You see, this town is rooted with such beautiful memories. And I want to tell you how proud I am of you, Miriam, that you have decided to stay here and take over the business and to expand your horizons and grow and find your own path in our town with your family and possibly even be mayor and have deeper roots.
Dad, I'm going to make this town everything I want it to be. It's so silly of me not to have seen it before.
I know. And that's why I lied. I'm not sick. I was never sick. I just told you that to keep you here, to make you realize your own truth. And now that you have, here's the truth, sweetie. I'm perfectly healthy. So you can be happy about that too. It worked.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about sometimes, you have to make drastic life choices to find your path. And I knew that putting a little fear in your heart would allow you to find your path into our town and stay with your family. No more of this talk about leaving us.
That was all a big... You lied about being...
I didn't really lie. I just wanted you to find your own path, and I helped you guide your path to that.
You didn't. You totally manipulated me. Everything's been a complete lie. I thought I was making decisions for myself, but it was all just you manipulating me.
You made the decision to stay. You could have easily made the decision to go, but you did the right thing. That means family and values are more important for you.
No, it means I was totally blind to who I thought you were. And
listen, I know, when I was your age, before you were born, I did step out into the world. And you know what the world did to me? It spit me back. My dream was to be an actor. Yeah, I went to New York City, the big leagues. And for months and then years, I tried my best to find myself. And rejection after rejection, pain after pain, suffering after suffering, just spat out and spat out. And sometimes the world is too harsh, Miriam, and you're cut from my cloth. And I know the world is going to spit us all out of here. And I don't want you to go through that pain. And if a little white lie was going to keep you safe, then God damn it, I was going to do that for you. I just don't want you to go through the pain I went through, okay?
There isn't one person in this whole town that's told me the truth. No wonder I don't know who I am. I thought I was the person with the bread, and it just turned out to be the duck.
Oh, Dad. Our next scene, character 2 is out. Character 4 is out. We have a 2-person scene between character 5 and character 3. And where do they meet? Of course, right there at the fish pond.
I'm really sorry, Mel. I got a little carried away, and obviously nobody should be queen. I have no sense at all. I just hear the keys. I think you were really much better at running the gas station than I ever was. And I think you probably appreciate Gordon more too. So I'm just gonna go, because I think that's probably the only honest thing that was ever really true. And once I'm gone, maybe everybody can stop lying to each other.
Miriam, I owe you an apology too. I know that I have resented you for a long time, at the same time loving you. It makes no sense, but I really have been your best friend, even though I have been so very jealous of you. And I wouldn't have tried to kind of push you out if I really didn't think it was your dream. But now I don't know anymore.
No, I think you were probably right. Just to go somewhere where I'm completely anonymous and there's no point anyone lying to me because nobody cares. I think that's where I'm going to find the truth.
Can I come visit you wherever you go?
I'll send you a postcard.
And so we have one more scene. The final scene of the play. In Latin, they call it ubiquitarium solarium. No, that's just a lie. But aren't our stories often based on lies? Our final scene will involve characters 6 and 2. Character 1 is out, 4 is out. Character 6 and 2, and our final scene will take place in Beverly's she shed.
Well, Gordon, I really made a mess of things. But I spoke with Miriam and I explained to her deeply, and we're going to get through it. And I understand why she had to go, but I trust and I hope that she'll find her true path. And that's why I wanted to speak with you, Gordon, because I think you're a good man.
Whoa, that deprivation tank is awesome. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Gordon, I'm saying that I give you my blessing to marry my daughter. If you want to, if she wants it.
Sir, I went out with Miriam last night and we decided that the time wasn't right.
Okay.
You know, she's a really special person. You don't have to do things like tell her you're dying in order to protect her. She's strong.
I was protecting myself, Gordon, because I'm not the strong one. She is the strong one. I was afraid of losing her.
Sir, can I tell you something?
Of course.
My mother is deeply in love with you.
And I love her.
Then what are you waiting for? Ripples, ripples.
I'm married.
So is she.
She's widowed. I understand what you're trying to say, Gordon. But maybe I should step out, just like Miriam did. You know, my wife and I, Miriam's mother and myself, we haven't been happy for a long time together. Maybe it's time that we also find our new path. And Miriam showed us a new way to live, a way to not be afraid anymore, to no longer lie. I don't want to live a lie, even with my wife.
That's what I'm saying. My mother is married to a spirit, a ghost. Rescue her.
You're right, Gordon. Tonight I'm going to go home. I'm going to tell my wife that it's over. And I'm going to go to your mother. I'm going to pull her into my arms and ask her permission for a kiss.
If I wasn't naked in this thin tub of water, I would hug you.
Hey, times are changing, Gordon. Bring it in.
And that is our show, my friends. A roll of the dice. Let's bring the entire cast back on screen. And let's all take a great big bow on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, before we say goodnight to everybody, I'm going to do one thing because we have some unresolved questions in the play. So I am going to excuse this for one moment. I'm going to bring back our casino in the sky, and we are going to resolve a couple of the unanswered questions in our play. So everybody peer up into the casino. Cast, you can stay right over there. Let's see. I want to know if Jason and Isabel get together, or does Jason chicken out and stay with his wife? I'm going to roll a single die. If it's an even number, they get together and they couple. If it's an odd number, they spend the rest of their life feeling odd in front of each other. And it's a 1. Oh dear, unfortunately they don't get together. Well, how about Mel? Mel, what do you want to know about your character's future?
Do I end up mayor of the city?
All right. Even, she ends up mayor of the city. Odd, she does not. If it's an odd number, she ends up, for some reason, in prison. Even, she's the mayor of the city. Odd, she goes to prison. It's a 5. Oh, unfortunately, Mel ends up going to prison. You know, we didn't get to understand your character so well tonight. That's the roll of the dice. But let's find out a little bit about her. What do you want to know about your character's future?
Does she stay or does she go out of the town?
All right. Does she stay or does she go? Here we go. Evens, yes. Odds, no. Evens, 4. She gets to do whichever one of those things was the positive one. Which one is she going to do?
She's going to go out of town.
All right. Eileen Tumlin tells us that Mel robbed the gas station, and that's why she went to prison. Very, very nice. All right. And finally, let's find out about Isabel. Does Isabel ever... Oh, well, I'll ask you, Geraldine. Go ahead. What do you want to know about Isabel?
Does Isabel ever find true love?
Does Isabel ever find true love? If it's evens, the answer is yes. If it's odd, the answer is no. It's a 6. Yes, she does find true love. Awesome. I wonder who it's with and whether they pump their own gas. Finally...
Karen, can I ask a question?
Oh, yes, Mel. What do you want to know?
Does Stinky ever become less odorous?
All right. Does Stinky ever become less odorous? Evens, yes. Odds, no. No. Stinky goes to the grave smelly. And how about this? For the final question, Miriam, what do you want to know about your character?
Do I find fame and fortune outside the town?
Does Miriam find fame and fortune outside of the town? Even number, yes. Odd number, no. Yes, she does. It's a 4, and she is off. My friends, thank you so much for being here. Let me take a moment to please introduce our cast as I come back onto the screen. Playing Jason for us, Arastu Direction. Mel, that's Lynn Shields. Isabel, that's Geraldine. Hey, Geraldine, say your last name out loud and proud.
Caroline.
Caroline, yes, that's what and Kat Coppett is Miriam, Aran Lee is Yuna. My name's Ken Adams, and I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater. Folks, thank you so much for being here. You are awesome. I love this show, and you folks did such an awesome job. Tomorrow night at 7:00 p.m. California time, come right back here and watch A Flash to the Past, our time travel adventure show. It's a tip of the hat to the famous Back to the Future movies. So come on back and watch us have some fun as we race through time. Take a class with Synergy Theater online at synergytheater.com. Go there and you'll find out all about our classes. If you want to donate some money and help us do our thing, we'd love it. Go to synergytheater.com, click support Synergy Theater, and make a donation for us. And the big news is Synergy Theater is going to be back live at the Lesher Center for the Arts in Walnut Creek, California, with Spontaneous Shakespeare on October 1st. If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, then come and see us live. Go to synergytheater.com. Tickets are on sale now. You can subscribe to our whole amazing 4-show season, or you can get individual tickets for opening night of Spontaneous Shakespeare. My friends, you are awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you at the theater. Stay safe, stay smart, be careful, have fun, and always remember that Synergy Theater loves you. Bye-bye.